Today, my friends, we open the doors to a world where tiny pieces of metal carry giant stories, a world filled with forgotten treasures, hidden errors, and coins worth far more than anyone ever imagined. Here on HD Rare Coins 111, we don't just show coins, we reveal the mysteries they've kept buried for decades. So get ready, because the coin you're about to discover might be sitting in someone's pocket right now, waiting for the right eyes to notice its true value. Stay with me, stay focused, and let's begin this incredible journey into the heart of American coin history, where every shine, every scratch, and every small detail has a story to tell and a treasure to reveal. Top 1. In the world of United States coins, some pieces may look small, simple, and ordinary, but behind their tiny shine lies a story big enough to stop any collector in their tracks. And today, we are stepping into one such story, one that begins in the year 1980, when the United States Mint released a dime that millions of Americans carried in their pockets without ever imagining that one day, collectors around the world would chase specific versions of it with excitement, curiosity, and sometimes even disbelief. This is the story of the Roosevelt one dime from 1980, a coin that seems common but becomes more interesting the deeper you look, the kind of coin that makes every collector hold their breath for just a moment longer. Imagine this, it's 1980, a time of economic change, shifting industries, and new beginnings. Yet one thing remained constant, the smooth, familiar shine of the Roosevelt dime. Light in the hand, modest in design, but carrying a legacy that dates back to 1946, when the coin was first minted to honor President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. By 1980, the design remained unchanged, but the world around it had transformed completely. And as these dimes rolled out of the Denver and Philadelphia mints, not even the mint workers could imagine the surprises that a few special pieces would hold decades later. What makes the 1980 Roosevelt dime fascinating is how wildly different ordinary pieces can be from the rare ones hiding in the mix. Millions were minted, yes, but collectors don't chase millions. They chase the few, the unusual, the unexpected. And in 1980, those surprises came in the form of bizarre mint errors, faint design details, misplaced lettering, and even missing mint marks that turned a humble dime worth 10 cents into a tiny treasure worth far more. Let's step into those details, slowly and carefully, as if examining the coin under the glowing lens of a collector's magnifier. Start with the strike. The 1980 dime has two major mint locations, Philadelphia with no mint mark and Denver with the D mint mark. Most coins from both mints are standard, but every now and then, an unusual strike appears, one that immediately makes collectors whisper. One such coveted type is the off-center strike. These errors happen when the coin blank isn't perfectly aligned during minting. Instead of a full, centered design, part of the coin is cut off, leaving the portrait shifted dramatically. The more dramatic the shift, the more desirable the coin becomes. A perfectly preserved off-center 1980 dime can fetch prices that are unimaginable for such a small coin. Then there is the broad strike error, where the collar fails to hold the metal tightly. The result? A stretched, flatter, more open-looking dime that stands out instantly. For collectors, these unusual expansions are like rare footprints, evidence of something that was never meant to happen inside the mint, yet somehow did. But perhaps the error that fascinates collectors most is the full step and strong strike variety. Even though it is a dime and not a Jefferson nickel, collectors still obsess over the sharpness of the strike when the die pressure hits just right. Some 1980 dimes have deeply detailed hair strands and torch lines on the reverse that appear sharper, bolder, and more pronounced. These strong strike versions command significantly higher attention, especially in high-grade condition, and then, of course, there are the missing mint mark rumors that swirl around 1980 dimes. While there is no official widespread missing mint mark variety like the famous 1982 No P dime, collectors still check every 1980 piece closely because a few faint or nearly invisible mint marks have surfaced, pieces where the D looks ghosted, smudged, or even absent due to die polishing. These subtle mysteries make the hunt thrilling. After all, the beauty of coin collecting lies not just in what we already know, but in what we might discover. Condition also plays a powerful role in determining rarity. A 1980 dime in poor shape may seem ordinary, but a coin in mint state 66, 67, or, if you're unbelievably lucky, 68, becomes a prize for serious collectors. The shine, the luster, the clean surfaces, the untouched fields, these features elevate a dime from pocket change to numismatic treasure. High-grade dimes from 1980 are much harder to find than people expect because these coins circulated heavily, and most were scratched, rubbed, or worn down before anyone thought of saving them. So every time you examine a 1980 Roosevelt dime, you hold a possibility. It could be common, or it could be something far more valuable. That uncertainty, that suspense, that moment of discovery, this is what keeps collectors searching, keeps the passion alive, keeps the story moving. And that is why the 1980 dime still enjoys a place of honor in the world of American coin collecting. Now, as we reach the end of our story today, let's talk about the real market price and the auction value of the Roosevelt 1 dime 1980. A regular circulated piece is worth only 10 cents in normal condition. But high-grade certified pieces can reach values in auction ranging from $20 to $100. Extremely rare error examples, including dramatic off-center strikes or broad strikes, can reach auction prices of $200 to $400 in words. And before you go, make sure to comment below about your own coins so we can check them and give you information about them. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment, and like the video so we can continue bringing amazing stories from the world of coins straight to you. Top 2. In the world of American coins, some stories begin quietly, with a small piece of metal that most people ignore without a second thought. But for collectors, nothing, absolutely nothing, is ever just a coin. And today, we open the door to one of those quiet treasures, a tiny 10-cent piece from the year 1981, a Roosevelt 1 dime that may look simple, but whose story stretches far beyond its size. This coin carries hidden details, secret errors, unexpected varieties, and a journey that turns a common dime into a prize worth searching for. So sit back and listen closely, because once you hear the full story of the Roosevelt dime 1981, you will never look at a dime the same way again. Imagine the year 1981, America moving fast, technology rising, inflation shifting the value of money, and millions of coins flowing out of the mint every single day. The Roosevelt dime was already a long-standing symbol of American currency, honoring President Franklin D. Roosevelt's legacy since 1946. By 1981, the design was familiar, timeless even, but what collectors discovered later was that not all 1981 dimes are equal. Some are standard, some are unusual, and a small number hide rare features that make them surprisingly valuable. As these dimes rolled through the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, each carried marks of its origin. The Philadelphia mint struck the P mint mark on some coins, a mark that at the time had recently become a permanent part of the design. Denver struck its D mint mark as always. And San Francisco took charge of the beautiful proof coins, made with mirror-like shine and sharply polished surfaces. But what matters most to collectors are the unexpected surprises, the mistakes, the oddities, and the tiny details that make one dime stand apart from millions of others. Let's start with one of the most talked about features of the 1981 dime, the famous S Mint 2 type proof variety. Most people don't even know this exists, but collectors know it very well. In 1981, the San Francisco Mint accidentally produced two distinct styles of the S Mint mark, Type 1, a filled-looking S, and Type 2, a clearer, sharper, more refined S. The Type 2 proof is significantly rarer and quickly became one of the most desirable modern dime varieties. Some collectors spend years hunting for a perfect example, and a high-grade 1981 S Type 2 can command impressive value. But the surprises don't stop there. Some 1981 dimes show unusual die polishing, resulting in weaker details on the torch and leaves on the reverse. Others show strong, crisp lines that make them desirable high-grade pieces. And of course, there are error coins, those accidental creations of the mint that collectors cherish far more than normal coins. One popular error for 1981 dimes is the off-center strike. This happens when the blank planchet is not aligned properly during the strike, causing part of the design to be missing or shifted to one side. The more off-center the coin is, the more exciting it becomes. A dramatic off-center 1981 dime with the date visible can bring a surprising premium in any auction. Another sought-after error is the broad strike. This occurs when the collar fails to hold the metal tightly during the minting process, allowing the coin to expand outward. The coin looks larger, flatter, and clearly different from a normal dime. Collectors love these because they are instantly noticeable and quite rare. Then there is one of the strangest types, clipped planchet errors. Picture a dime with a smooth curved section missing, almost like someone took a bite out of it. This happens when a metal strip is misfed during minting and two blanks overlap. 1981 clipped planchet Roosevelt dimes are very collectible and attract attention instantly, but perhaps the most thrilling part of collecting 1981 dimes is the chase for high-grade examples. Most circulated dimes from 1981 are scratched, worn, or dull from years of pockets, drawers, and coin jars. So finding one that survived with blazing luster, clean surfaces, and sharp detail is like discovering a small treasure. Mint state 66, 67, and especially 68 coins become trophies for collectors. A single grade difference can change the value dramatically because high-grade modern dimes are far rarer than people realize. Everywhere you look, the 1981 Roosevelt dime offers something to appreciate: design, history, errors, varieties, condition, rarity, and endless excitement for collectors who love the thrill of discovery. This is why the hunt never stops. This is why even a tiny dime from 1981 can become the center of an entire collecting journey. And now, as we reach the end of today's story, it's time to talk about the real facts, the true market price and auction value of the Roosevelt 1 dime 1981. A normal circulated 1981 dime is worth only 10 cents in everyday usage. A high-grade mint state example can bring between $20 and $100 in real market value. Rare proof Type 2 varieties in top grade can reach auction prices of $200 to $400 in words. Dramatic error coins such as off-center strikes or broad strikes can also reach values of $200 to $300 in words. Before you go, make sure to comment below about your own coins so we can check them and give you information about them. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment, and like the video so we can continue bringing more amazing coin stories straight to you. Top 3. In the vast universe of American coins, there are some years that appear ordinary on the surface, years that seem simple, predictable, and unimportant. But to a true collector, nothing is ever ordinary. Every year holds a mystery. Every coin carries a story. And sometimes, a small clue turns a common coin into a hidden treasure waiting to be uncovered. Today's journey takes us into the world of the Roosevelt 1 dime 1996. A tiny coin with a surprisingly deep and fascinating story that most people overlook, but collectors know is worth listening to very carefully. Before we dive into its rarity and errors, imagine the world of 1996. The United States Mint was moving fast, producing billions of coins for a rapidly growing economy. Technology was changing, culture was shifting, and in the middle of this busy time, the Mint released a special coin that has since become one of the most talked about modern dimes. The Roosevelt dime with the famous W mint mark. Yes, the 1996 dime is not just one coin. It is 3 coins in one story: the Philadelphia P dime, the Denver D dime, and the rare West Point W dime. All 3 were struck in the same year, but one of them became a legend. The standard P and D mint dimes were minted in huge quantities, millions upon millions of them, filling pockets, cash registers, drawers, wallets, and coin jars across the country. Most of these lived normal lives and today remain common in worn condition. But hidden among them are high-grade gems, brilliant uncirculated pieces with blazing luster, razor-sharp details, and surfaces that collectors dream about. Finding a perfect example in mint state 67 or 68 is far harder than most people realize. And when such examples hit auction desks, collectors watch closely, but the real star, the heart of the entire 1996 dime story, is the rare and highly desirable West Point dime. This special dime was not made for circulation. It wasn't released in change. It wasn't found in banks. The U.S. Mint produced it exclusively to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Roosevelt dime series, and it placed the W mint mark right under Roosevelt's neck, creating one of the rarest modern dimes ever made. Only a limited number were produced, and they were available only inside special U.S. Mint sets. That means the only way to find a 1996 W dime is in a collector's set, not in your change, not in a coin roll, not from pocket money. This alone makes it incredibly desirable. Collectors consider it a key to the entire modern dime series. Beautifully struck, carefully polished, and sharply detailed, the 1996 W is more than just a coin, it is a symbol. A celebration. A piece of American coinage history. And many collectors have spent years searching for the perfect high-grade example, one without scratches, without marks, without the slightest imperfection, but rarity doesn't stop at mint marks. The year 1996 also gave birth to a variety of eye-catching mint errors, unexpected mistakes that the mint never intended but collectors absolutely adore. Some of the most fascinating errors include off-center strikes, where the dime appears misaligned, almost as if part of the design slid off the coin. The more dramatic the shift and the more visible the date, the more valuable the coin becomes. There are broad strike errors, where the rim disappears and the dime looks slightly stretched or expanded, giving it a unique wide appearance. There are clipped planchets, coins struck on blank metal discs that were accidentally cut wrong at the mint. These have part of the coin missing, creating a curved bite-shaped edge that is unmistakable and extremely collectible. Double die errors, though rare, have appeared on some 1996 dimes. These create doubling on the lettering, date, or portrait. Under magnification, the doubled lines shine like a secret code hidden inside the metal, and then there are the beautiful high-grade coins, brilliant gems with mirror-like surfaces, strong torch lines on the reverse, and deeply detailed leaves. These coins didn't just survive, they thrived. They were protected, untouched, preserved in rolls, sets or forgotten stashes. When these coins show up in grading labs, they can jump instantly from pocket change value to collector treasure. Every piece of this story, from the rare W mint mark, to the high-grade P and D business strikes, to the dramatic mint errors, makes the 1996 Roosevelt dime an unforgettable chapter in American coin collecting. It is a year that continues to surprise collectors, a year worth exploring, and a year that reminds us how even the smallest coin can hide a big secret. And now, we move to the part everyone waits for, the real market price and auction value of the Roosevelt 1 dime 1996. In normal circulated condition, the P and D dimes are worth only 10 cents. High-grade mint state coins can bring between $20 and $100 in words. The rare 1996 W dime is far more valuable, with real market prices ranging from $20 to $60 in words, and high-grade certified examples reaching auction values of $100 to $200 in words. Dramatic mint errors such as off-center strikes, broad strikes, or clipped planchets can reach auction prices of $100 to $300 in words depending on rarity and condition. Before you leave, make sure to comment below about your own coins so we can check them and give you full information about them. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment, and like the video so we can continue bringing amazing coin stories and valuable knowledge straight to you. Top 4. In the world of American coins, the small ones often carry the biggest surprises. A dime is something almost everyone overlooks, a light, tiny coin that slips into pockets, disappears into drawers, and hides at the bottom of jars. But for collectors, a dime is never just a dime. And the Roosevelt 1 dime from the year 2004 is one of those modern coins with a story rich enough to make any coin lover sit up straight and listen very carefully. The year 2004 was a busy moment in American coinage. The state quarter program was in full swing, the mint was producing billions of coins each year, and the Roosevelt dime continued its long journey, a journey that began way back in 1946. Most people never even stop to look at a dime, but collectors know that every year has mysteries, hidden varieties, unexpected errors, and rare high-grade treasures, and 2004 is no exception. When the first 2004 dimes rolled out of the mint in Philadelphia and Denver, they appeared like ordinary business strikes meant for everyday circulation. The familiar portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse, the torch, olive branch, and oak leaves on the reverse, all of it seen millions of times before. Yet, as always, the magic of coin collecting lies in the details. And the details of the 2004 dime reveal far more than most people expect. Collectors quickly notice differences between Philadelphia and Denver strikes. Some Philadelphia 2004 dimes came out with slightly weaker details on the reverse torch. Some Denver coins had sharper strikes and stronger lines, making them more desirable in high grades. But the real excitement began when errors from the year surfaced. Error coins from 2004 are some of the most interesting modern dime mistakes. One of the most dramatic is the off-center strike. Imagine picking up a dime and seeing the date pushed far to one side, with part of Roosevelt's portrait missing and the rim completely off balance. These coins immediately grab attention. The more off-center the strike, the higher the value, and if the date is still visible, collectors go crazy for it. Another valuable 2004 dime error is the broad strike. This happens when the coin is struck without the collar that normally shapes the rim. Without the collar, the dime expands outward, giving it a wide, smooth-edged appearance. These are not commonly found, and when collectors find them, they often hold onto them tightly because broad strikes from recent years are scarcer than older examples. Then there are clipped planchet errors, one of the most visually striking mint mistakes. These coins show a curved, smooth bite-shaped cut on the edge caused when the metal strip was misfed during blank cutting. A clipped planchet from 2004 instantly becomes a collectible item because it stands out even to the untrained eye. But the most fascinating part of collecting the 2004 Roosevelt dime comes from something many collectors underestimate: high-grade condition rarity. Billions of dimes were made in 2004, but almost all of them were used heavily, scratched, dropped, dented, or damaged. The few that remain in pristine mint state condition, brilliant, untouched, perfectly struck, are incredibly hard to find. And when those coins reach mint state 67, 68, or occasionally even 69, they turn into true modern treasures. Grading labs often reject thousands of coins before they find one high-grade example. That's how tough modern business strike dimes are to grade. So when a 2004 dime shows up with shining luster, full torch lines on the reverse, clean fields free of marks, and strong crisp details on Roosevelt's portrait, it is instantly valuable. Collectors also look for satin finish coins from 2004 mint sets. These coins have a slightly different look than regular business strikes. Their surfaces are smoother, the strikes sharper, and the overall appearance more refined. High-grade satin-finished 2004 dimes are popular among registry collectors who compete to build the best possible sets. All of this, the errors, the condition rarity, the subtle differences between mint marks, make the 2004 Roosevelt dime a surprisingly exciting modern coin. It is a reminder that even in recent years, hidden treasures continue to appear. And it shows that modern coins are not simply mass-produced pieces of metal, but potential gems waiting for collectors who know what to look for. Every dime tells a story. Some stories begin centuries ago. Some begin decades ago. And some, like the Roosevelt dime 2004, begin in a year that feels recent enough to remember, yet packed with mysteries worth exploring. Whether you find one in an old jar, a forgotten drawer, or a sealed mint set, the 2004 dime has the potential to be something much more than a simple 10-cent piece. And now, it's time to talk about what this coin is worth today. In normal circulated condition, the 2004 Roosevelt dime is worth 10 cents. But high-grade mint state coins can bring real market prices of $15 to $50 in words. Satin finish examples in top grade can reach auction values of $50 to $100 in words. Rare error coins such as off-center strikes, broad strikes, and clipped planchets can bring auction prices of $100 to $200 in words depending on severity and condition. Before you leave, make sure to comment below about your own coins so we can check them and give you full information about them. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment, and like the video so we can continue bringing more amazing coin stories straight to you. Top 5. In the huge universe of American coins, the coins we handle every day often carry the stories we never take the time to discover. A dime seems small, almost unimportant, a tiny silver-colored piece of metal that disappears into pockets, drops between car seats, gets lost under couch cushions, and finds its way into piggy banks without anyone even noticing. But for collectors, even the most ordinary dime can become a treasure. And among the modern coins of the 21st century, the Roosevelt $1 dime from the year 2008 is a perfect example of how a simple coin can hide a world of mystery, rarity, and value. Imagine the year 2008. America was moving through major changes, economically, politically, socially. Billions of coins were being minted to keep up with the country's needs. The Roosevelt dime had already been in circulation for more than 60 years, a symbol of Franklin D. Roosevelt's legacy and a familiar part of daily life. But what collectors discovered over time is that 2008 produced some surprisingly interesting dimes that tell their own unique story. When the 2008 dimes rolled out of the Philadelphia and Denver mints, most people never looked twice. But careful collectors noticed differences. Some Philadelphia coins came with lighter details on the reverse torch. Some Denver coins were struck with slightly stronger pressure, giving them sharp lines and beautiful surface brilliance. These tiny differences matter in the world of grading, where one perfect detail can change a coin's value dramatically, but what truly makes the 2008 Roosevelt dime exciting is the world of error coins, unexpected mint mistakes that transform a common modern dime into something rare, unusual, and collectible. And 2008 produced more than its fair share of attention-grabbing errors. One of the most dramatic errors from this year is the off-center strike. Imagine flipping through your pocket change and suddenly seeing a dime with Roosevelt's portrait shifted far to one side, leaving part of the coin blank, almost like a ghost version of the design. The more off-center the coin is, and the more the date remains visible, the more valuable it becomes. Off-center 2008 dimes with clear dates are extremely collectible. Another beloved error is the broad strike. Without the collar to hold the coin tight during minting, the dime spreads outward, appearing wider and flatter than normal. These coins look odd, instantly grabbing attention, and collectors quickly recognize them as genuine mint errors. A broad strike from 2008 is especially interesting because modern broad strikes are scarcer than older ones due to improved minting technology. Then there are clipped planchet errors, which collectors adore because of their dramatic appearance. These coins have a curved, smooth section missing from the rim, like someone took a small bite from the edge. This error occurs when metal strips overlap during blanking, and it rarely happens in modern production. A clipped planchet 2008 dime is a real gem for any modern error collection, but one of the biggest surprises for collectors doesn't come from errors, it comes from the challenge of finding a perfect high-grade example of the 2008 dime. Billions were minted, yet very few survived in pristine condition. Most were circulated heavily, tossed into vending machines, dropped on sidewalks, scraped against keys, or simply worn down over time. Finding a 2008 dime in mint state condition with bright luster, clean fields, and razor-sharp details is a challenge. And finding one that grades mint state 67 or mint state 68 is even harder. Modern dimes are struck quickly, handled by machines, and often develop tiny marks before they ever leave the mint. That makes flawless examples extremely rare. Collectors also search for satin-finished 2008 dimes produced for mint sets. These coins have a soft, smooth surface with exceptional clarity. In high grades, satin-finished dimes are highly desirable, especially for registry set builders who compete to assemble the best possible collections for each year and mint mark. Even though the 2008 dime is a modern coin, it has captured the attention of collectors because of its interesting mix of condition rarity, mint differences, and highly collectible errors. It proves that even in the age of mass production, rare and exciting coins continue to appear, and that is the beauty of the Roosevelt dime. Every year, every mint, every strike has something different to offer. And the 2008 dime, with its unexpected quirks and hidden gems, is a shining example of why collectors never overlook even the smallest coin in their pocket. Now let's talk about what the Roosevelt dime 2008 is worth in today's market. A normal circulated 2008 dime is worth 10 cents. A high-grade mint state coin can bring real market values of $15 to $50 in words. Satin finish examples in top grades can reach auction values of $50 to $100 in words. Dramatic error coins such as off-center strikes, clipped planchets and broad strikes can bring auction prices of $100 to $200 in words depending on rarity and condition. Before you go, make sure to comment below about your own coins so we can check them and give you information about them. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment, and like the video so we can continue bringing more amazing and interesting coin stories straight to you.